She thinks she's doing a bad job, but she's not. She's doing great. Phew. Hi everyone, welcome to Tari TV, where I bring the classroom to you. I'm Hannah John, and today I'm with Ms. Sooyoung Kim, one of my former students, to talk even more about careers in ESG. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for all of the comments and the questions that you've left on our first video. Based on your comments and questions, I wanted to come here again to Yeoido to meet with Sooyoung to talk a little bit more about how you can prepare for a field in ESG data analysis and, yes, research.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Research and data analytics, everything.
So the first thing I want to do is for Sooyoung to share a little bit about what's been going on at Who's Good, because it's been growing by leaps and bounds, even since the last time that we talked. And I'm sure that that'll give you an idea of how important and really bustling this field has become.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you again. My name is Sooyoung, and I'm working at Who's Good. And I am responsible for this product called ESG Incident Analysis, which analyzes ESG risks of companies based on news media. The last time we filmed this in this channel, we only had, I think it was like 18 employees in this company. But right now, as of 2022, January, we are almost reaching to 40 people. 2021 was a big jump for Who's Good.
In addition to the incident report, you might be able to see Sooyoung at Who's Good's YouTube channel.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk about what you hope Who's Good can achieve through the YouTube channel and how everyone can find it and subscribe to the channel.
So every week we are uploading this YouTube clip about what kind of ESG incidents happened in the last week, because we are analyzing these ESG incidents through news media, and the processes are all automated. We can classify what kind of ESG issues that companies have. So we are every week we are summarizing all the company-related ESG news through our YouTube channel.
I think at the moment it's only in Korean language, but hopefully in the future they'll be able to provide multi kind of language support for the channel, right?
Yes. I'm actually, very looking forward to providing an English or other languages information through this YouTube channel. So please subscribe and like.
I'm wondering if you could share a bit about what areas you see a lot of growth. So is it in terms of software, whether you see a need for kind of analysts, whether you see a need for those who are interested in sales, because you're essentially selling a product also to other clients?
There are 4 types of employees right now in Who's Good. First would be researchers like me. We are responsible in analyzing companies' sustainability through data collection and checking the quality of the data. And second part would be the software engineer who's developing our platform for delivering the data to clients. And third part would be the data scientist, because we are managing the data and we're analyzing the text data of corporate ESG news. We are in need of many data scientists who can automate this procedure of analysis. And fourth part would be sales and product managing. So we have a lot of products. For example, we have incident analysis, and second one would be performance analysis, which is kind of a traditional ESG analysis. And third part would be for the small and medium size enterprises. So because the disclosure of data is kind of different depending on the company size, our methodology is different, and our product and data characteristics are kind of different. You can develop the product strategy and explaining how our data is good for the clients.
So I guess the big question for a lot of our students right now is how you can best prepare for a career in ESG, especially since it's a relatively new field, especially here in Korea. But even around the world, oftentimes there isn't a real kind of fixed sustainability or ESG curriculum that would help you prepare for this field.
So I think the most important part would be the interest in ESG and sustainability in general. Sometimes ESG data, because it's data and we are using like a big data, unstructured data and text data. So you have to read and collect all the ESG related data, and it can be kind of, boring or very manual. During the interview, there are some people who say they are interested in ESG and social issues, but their resume actually doesn't show. So I think any experiences in like NGO think tank or for me, because I was a research assistant, that kind of experiences showed like my interest. But sometimes people just can't answer when we ask, why are you interested in these issues, or what do you think the CSR is? Like, they sometimes can't answer. It looks like they are just like saying it. It's not very sincere. So I think the least thing you can do would be like to be able to talk about what CSR is, what ESG is. And the minimal experience is fine, but it has to be shown on your resume.
Who's Good is based in Korea, but you do have a global team as well, especially for those who are not native Korean speakers. I'm wondering if you can give some advice on how they can prepare in terms of language if they're serious about pursuing a career at perhaps Who's Good or a related institution.
Because our analysis is basically based on Korean, and I think minimal Korean proficiency is needed in this company. We are trying to expand our language coverage of our news analysis. Right now, we are expanding our language coverage of Japanese and English, possibly Indonesian. So any language proficiency would be very helpful for our position.
So because there isn't a lot of information out there about what you actually do day to day, I'm wondering if you can share a typical day in your life as a data analyst here at Who's Good.
So my typical day would be starting with quality check of our data. The data analysis happens during the night. So every morning I check if the data is valid and send this data to the clients every morning. And after that, I think there is a lot of client-facing work because we are expanding our products in various fields, like supply chain. So I am meeting with a lot of corporate clients to communicate. So recently, me and our teammates started this data analytics course in Coursera, and it's Google Data Analytics courses. So because our team is actually called ESG Intelligence, and we have researchers and data scientists. So because we are facing a lot of DB management problems, and we're trying to solve this kind of data cleaning automation procedure. So the researchers who are more proficient in a ESG field, not the technical field, we're trying to study more about data.
I also heard from one of your colleagues that because this is such a tight-knit, warm-hearted group, yes, that you also have some exciting things going on during lunchtime. And so
Yes.
maybe you could share some of that.
Yeah, one of the exciting lunch meeting is the data analytics courses. But there are some other meetings like drawing, flower arrangement courses. Oh, and there is also a Chinese language meeting. Oh, and there is a tea ceremony. There are a lot of people who are interested in so many various things. So I think it's very exciting.
So it's kind of like what they call a small group or 소모임. And so they were talking about that as we were looking at, I think, chai tea latte. In the break room. My goodness. And so I'm sure that there's something for everyone. So thank you again to Sooyoung for taking time out of your very busy schedule to meet with me. It was great to see you as always, and to visit the new office, which is fantastic. And I wish you all the best, and we will, of course, keep in very close touch.
Thank you very much. And 화이팅 이런 거 뭐라 그러죠?
화이팅!
화이팅!